but it's fun to do play-by-play once a year. Okay, we're back to action here at 171 pounds. And you see in the silver singlet from Manhattan, Kansas, Scott Coleman, a 3-time Kansas state champion. He's wrestling a 5-time state champion from Carlsbad, New Mexico, Scott Owen, in the blue singlet with the white stripe. Scott Owen, one of 2 5-time state champions wrestling in this tournament. He'll be going to Michigan State next year. Scott Owen, his only high school loss, Ed, came this year to Shade Roller, our champion at 160 pounds, in overtime in a regular season tournament in Oklahoma after over 100 straight wins in 4.5 years in New Mexico. And Scott Owen right away in on the first takedown at a 2-0 lead.
Owen, nothing fancy. Double leg, straight through, got out to the angle he needed, 2-point takedown.
Very workmanlike Scott Owen, under a minute now left in the first period. A real technician. This guy has been around. He's been a member of 2 cadet world teams. He's a 2-time junior national placer. This guy has done just about everything you could do in high school wrestling, and maybe he'll add the National High School Championship. We'll see about 5 minutes and 20 seconds from now. Right now, he still holds the 2-0 lead on Scott Coleman, who also has some junior national experience. He was 7th in the junior nationals a year ago. Same weight class as Scott Owen, as a matter of fact, 178 pounds. Under 25 seconds left in the first period, and still 2-0 for Scott Owen of Carlsbad, New Mexico. And now a stall warning against Owen on top.
Owen just basically having some underhooks. Coleman doing some short sits. About 3 or 4 times tried to hook up a Peterson. Didn't really commit to it. Felt something he didn't like, bailed out. Kept sitting. Eventually drew the stall warning by Owen.
Under 10 seconds left to go in the first period. Gary Kessel making that stall call against Owen as our head official. And final seconds tick down. 2-0 for Scott Owen as we go to period number 2. Coleman with the choice defers, and Owen will take the neutral position.
Coleman, the taller of the 2, probably a good call on Scott Owen's part, knowing just by standing there, he's a level lower, and if he can change his levels and do his blow-through double like he started in the first period, he's better off up on his feet.
You don't want to get beat doing your second or third pitch, as they say in baseball, and Scott Owen wants to go with plan A, which is working on his feet, and that's what he's doing right now. He's got that front head and arm combination, trying to spin behind. Coleman doing a good job of following him right now as we go under 30 seconds in the second period. Tried the throw by, almost misfired with it, and now takes Scott Coleman off the edge. They work back in, 1:18 left to go.
Owen is on Coleman's head at all times. He either has a hook, a little bit earlier, got a quarter Nelson, jamming down, lets that head pop up, wide open for that double leg or a single if he chooses. Right now he's going to feed back in. There he goes, head down, feed him down, pull him down, keep that head down. That takes its toll on you after a while, Rob.
Gary Kessel brings him back to the center for a fresh start. 57 seconds left in the second period.
There it is.
Still 2-0 for Scott Owen, and that's his bread and butter move.
Wow. That
double leg shot, the look behind, duck under for the 2 points. 45 seconds left to go, and now 4-0 the lead for Scott Owen, and he's going to work with that arm bar on the right side.
He's got all he needs right now with as deep as he's got that arm bar, fishing for a one-on-one, and he's probably going to try to run through to that one-on-one, and now he's pulling that back out, barring up another arm. God, his pressure is very good.
Ticking down to 20 seconds left to go here in the second period. 4-0 on the strength of 2 takedowns, the lead for Scott Owen of Carlsbad, New Mexico, trying to become New Mexico's first state champion, national high school champion. 5 seconds left to go in the second. Still working the arm bar on the left side now is Scott Owen. And with 2 minutes left to go, it's 4-0. And Scott Coleman with the choice. He hasn't had a chance to work on top yet. He's going to give it a shot.
And you're sitting back saying he's down 4-0. What's he doing on top? Well, if that's his forte, that's where he wants to be, and that's where he's going to have to generate some offense. Owen was tough on top, and we all saw what he does on his feet. Smart choice. He's got a cradle locked up right now, and with the crowd reaction, that could be his gig. He's digging. He's got him. He's got him turned. He's screwed. He's got a lot of it. He's got a lot of it, Rob.
And Owen in some trouble here. Going to break the hands, or try to break the hands. Actually, now Coleman, he does finally sit back with it, and that's 3 near fall points. 1:25 left to go. Really wasn't close to pinning him there, but he does get the 3 near fall points from our official Gary Kessel. And now 1:15 left to go. The lead 4-3 now for Scott Owen, and he's trying to work up off the bottom. Coleman still has the cradle locked up, and now Owen breaks the hands, and now he's going to try and rework up off his base. Coleman's going to try and lock those hands up again. Doesn't have it yet. Still trying to lock those hands, and now Owen reaches back for the leg. 45 seconds left to go. Scott Coleman still working hard on top. 4-3. Owen hanging on to that 1-point lead, now trying to stand up with it. Still has that single. Coleman, though, still in control. 30 seconds left to go. Boy, this has been some third period. Coleman back in the match as Gary Kessel calls a stalemate.
I'll tell you, Rob, that worked to Coleman's advantage, believe it or not. He was attempting that cradle lock and was locking it way high, knowing Owen being in a position he could just keep breaking it. Now he has an opportunity to dive into his cradle. By doing that, he could take him to his back and possibly win this match.
Under 25 seconds left to go, and let's see what Owen does on the bottom. Coleman throws the leg in again, trying to lock up the cradle again. He's got the hands locked, and now Owen breaks the hands. And now a stall warning against Owen. A point for Coleman, and we could be going to overtime here. Final seconds ticking down. And a great strategy by Coleman to go up top. He's tied the match, and we're in overtime.
4-0 coming into the third. He chooses top. 4-4, we're in overtime. Now we're back in Scott Owen's bailiwick, though. Let's see what happens here.
But now the advantage switches to Scott Owen. He's dominated this match on the feet with the 2 takedowns. Coleman dominated the third period on the mat, 15 seconds into the overtime. What does Scott Owen have up his bag of tricks here? They go off the edge, 1:39 left in the first overtime. 4-4 your score.
What Owen's got to do is, there he goes, he's got to beat on that head and go for his double. What Coleman's got to do is get a defensive takedown. There it is.
Trying to spin behind.
There it is.
What a recovery by Scott Coleman. He is the national high school champion, coming back from a 4-0 deficit to win the title. Second place to Scott Owen of Carlsbad, New Mexico. What a rally.
Tremendous, tremendous comeback.
And here's Billy Baldwin to talk to Scott Coleman.
So you're from Manhattan. What is Greenwich Village, Soho, Tribeca? Oh, Kansas. You're from Manhattan, Kansas. Okay, Manhattan, Kansas. Hey, when you chose top in the third period, a lot of people probably were curious to know why until about 15 seconds later, you clamped that cradle on him. I know, being a tall, thin guy myself, I used to like to throw cradles on because guys with the long arms can basically throw cradles from positions that the shorter guys can't. Is that what you were thinking in the third period?
That's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah. I cradle all year long. I always cradle this whole tournament, and I knew I'd cradle again. And if my arms would hold out, I would have cradled more.
It's called the bread and butter. The bread and butter. So tell me, how old were you when you started wrestling?
I was in 4th grade.
Yeah, and what was it that got you started in the sport?
I had 3 older brothers who wrestled.
So you didn't have a choice.
Nah.
You were getting hammered by your big brothers pretty much. You had to defend yourself.
Yeah, now I'm hammering them.
Now he's hammering them. Congratulations to you. Beautiful job. Very exciting.